Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and I make personal development content here on YouTube. And so in today's video, I wanted to really get on here and talk about the long route and the way that God takes us the long way. And I really got to thinking about this because I was just thinking about how my life, how when I was in my college years and I thought about where I thought I would be right now. My life looks completely different from where I thought I would be, right? And so um I remember like growing up and it was always instilled in me to don't have kids until you get married and just really focus on yourself. But um I heard a lot of it in the financial way. Like it's a struggle to have kids when you are by yourself, financially, it's this, that, and a third. And it is true. But I think God put me in a position to think about it differently. Um, because when I really just thought about all the times and all the different ways that my life could be different right now, like what I thought I wanted my life to be is not actually what I want it to be at all. I thought by this age, I want to be married. I thought by this age, I would be planning to have my first kid. Um, but God taking the long route has really came to my benefit. And that's really what I want to talk about because um I think sometimes we get frustrated in the journey. We get frustrated or we may feel like, "Oh my goodness, life is just not panning out the way I wanted it to be." And it's like it's easy in that moment to feel like annoyed about that, feel defeated about that, feel like nothing's really going to change. Um, and ultimately feel like you did something wrong, like you took a wrong turn or you took a wrong path or something like, oh, if I could just go back and do something differently. But sometimes it's simply that God is taking us a different route on purpose. So for me, I always said, I'm not having kids until I turn a certain age because I want to be in a great financial situation. Well, that helped me, but God took me through a path where I started to realize how important it is for mental development. Financial development is one thing, but the mental development is something completely different. And I think for me personally, I am so grateful that God is taking me the longer route because I could be married right now. I can have kids right now. I could, yeah, I could have everything that I thought I dreamed of having, but I wouldn't be mentally where I am today. Like I wouldn't be able to even have the time or the space or the opportunity to grow and to emotionally develop and to mentally develop and worry about my mental health and all these things. Like all these things. Like I say a lot of times I can't even imagine right now having kids. And it's so true because um I just didn't know what God was doing. I had no idea what God was doing. This is where I thought this is the furthest place of where I thought I would be right now. But I'm so grateful. And so I really just wanted to get on here and just talk about like I guess my own testimony to how God knows exactly what he's doing. Like God has such a greater purpose for me. And if life went the way I wanted it to go, I don't necessarily think that my purpose, I would have been able to live in the purpose that he wanted for me as deeply as I plan to take it. Like, I have so much time to really be who God needs me to be because I don't have any deep responsibility other than myself. So I think a lot of times we get so caught up in this is the plan that I have for my life, and we have to really work to relinquish that control because God knows exactly what he's doing. Like I just think about it and I'm like, this is crazy because I really could have been married right now. I really could have had kids right now, and God knew what he was doing. So all those heartbreaks, all those like times where like I was just spared, God did that on purpose because he knew that there was a greater purpose. And don't feel rushed. Like, do not feel rushed to live this life that society pushes down your throat. Do not feel rushed to be this person that you're not yet. Enjoy the development, enjoy the stages, enjoy the process. Like, there is so much beauty in it. There is so much beauty in it, and it will honestly allow your life to feel and look so much differently. You're not repeating the same patterns of your family members. You're not focusing on the small things that don't matter, but rather you're looking at it at a bigger picture. You're saying, okay, yeah, I may be in a great financial situation. I may be able to financially take care of a child, but am I able to really sit down and teach my child the importance of emotional regulation? How can I teach them the importance of emotional regulation if I don't even know how to emotionally regulate myself? Well, how do I ever get the chance to emotionally regulate and even have the mental space and the mental capacity to really be able to work on myself if I have an entire human being that I now have to work on and focus my attention on? And so it honestly it puts us in a unfair situation, and it allows us to repeat the same patterns if we try to live the life that we think we should be living, rather than allowing God to guide us, rather than aligning with the will of God, rather than allowing the growth to happen, rather than trying to impede on the progress, trying to impede on the process. Like, I can't even tell you how, like, I can't even, like, it's amazing the way God works. Like, just his alignment is crazy. And when he has a purpose for you, he will bring you back to that purpose. Like, I remember in college, I was going back and forth if I wanted to be an attorney or if I wanted to be a therapist. And I remember like saying like I really, really, really love the idea of like therapy and getting to know people and like helping people and like evolving people and like my just like my heart. I love this stuff. But like I was already on a journey of law and I'm like, I gotta do this. And so like it's crazy because I ended up going towards the law section instead. And I was a paralegal. I didn't like it. And that really helped me to realize that I don't want to do law. Like that wasn't my true passion. That wasn't my true calling. And then I just moved past it and I just kind of let God just guide me into different paths and different journeys. But the whole time I still love reading books about like personal development and helping and then I ended up getting like certified in life coaching and then I just started just like God just started aligning me. And then now here I am and I'm going through the process of going back to school and it's crazy. Like it's crazy. And I think a lot of that, what helped that was I always said, like, I wanted to live alone because I wanted to be able to have the space and the opportunity for me to grow and focus on myself. And me doing that, I had no idea that God was going to call me back to this purpose of helping people, of coaching people, of possibly becoming a therapist. Like, but had I not been obedient to God saying, you're going to live alone, don't worry about the bills, I'm going to take care of your finances to make sure that you're able and capable of living alone and being able to financially afford being living alone, I'm going to take care of that for you. Don't worry about it. But in the meantime, just know that I'm working. I'm working in the background to align you and put you right back where I want you to be. And so, had I just went straight into psychology in school, I wouldn't have even been able to see the significance and the importance of why it is so important to work on yourself and develop yourself. Because I just in college, I just like I'm fascinated with this stuff. I am like, oh my gosh, I love trying to figure out the way people think and why they think the way they think and all that stuff. It was more of a fascination. But now it's a purpose because I'm so drawn into helping people understand why they operate they do the way they do. And it's a purpose because I'm so I've been able to see how it has helped me in my life. And now I want to be able to help other people in their life. Like, so, but if I would have taken that shortcut of just saying, you know what, I'm just going to do psychology because it's intriguing to me. And instead, God has developed me through the process of living alone, of taking time to myself, of seeing how important it is, of seeing where I need to grow and develop before I can even choose to have kids and get married and devote my life to other people. That is the development process that God has to take me through. And now I'm able to operate in it so differently. So that's really what I wanted to get on here today and talk about the importance of going through the journey, the development, the phase. It's so important. It's so important. And I'm telling you right now, there's so much beauty in it. Embrace it, enjoy it, take it all in because it is all working together for your good. That is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in the next video. Be sure to check out the description box for any services that I may be able to attend or help you with. And feel free to check out my website just in general of my different resources and things of that nature as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.